What is up, everybody? Back with another episode of Uncle Jerry's League podcast. Gonna be doing it solo style tonight, at least for now. Cover the little stuff I want to cover. But, yep, let's just get right into it. So, I'm gonna start something kind of new. Did it last year, so we're gonna bring it into this year, just so every team gets talked about. I'm gonna do like a division spotlight kind of a thing. So I'm gonna go over 2 divisions each podcast and get just so at the end of the probably won't be at the end of this year, but every team will eventually get covered, and then we'll start doing other teams. So make it simple and sweet. I started with NFC and AFC South, so I'm gonna go over probably just every team, those divisions, where they're looking at in the season, and kind of like my predictions of what I'm gonna, hopefully what they do. I don't know. So let's first start with standings. Let's do the AFC South first. Alright, so we got Jaguars, Texans, Colts, and Titans. So out of the back, I think we already got new Colts joining the league, so can't take anything off of this new guy. Titans also new. That team's been passed around like a freaking hotcake. And then we got Jaguars and Texans. So start with Jaguars. He was really good in the last Madden, so kind of expected him to continue his reign on the top. And then the Texans, White Wolf, he was a Texans user. He drafted all rookies, so I kind of expected a rocky first season. We'll see how he does, progress all of his players. I know his one wide receiver, I'm blanking on the name, it's up to superstar maybe. So, gonna progress through. Hopefully he can build that team up. And the new Colts and Titans owners, coaches, hopefully they get a grasp on their new team and turn it around. I'm going to go through each roster here in a little bit after I do the NFC. But here's the NFC. We got the Cheese King, Saints, Nick, who is undefeated, but someone's going to have to beat him, right? And we got Panthers, 6-3. Looks like he's holding number 2 the division. And Buccaneers and Falcons, they're trailing a little bit, but a couple wins here and there, they can turn it around. Unless they're looking for a rebuild and see if they can get a good draft pick. There's some good players, it looks like, in the draft, so it's promising. Well, let's go look at everyone's teams. Sorry if I'm like blanking whenever it's just like me. These are never the fun ones. Alright, who do I want to do? Let's do Jaguars. I know he didn't get to draft this team, but we'll just go by position to position. Alright. He's got some veteran experience at backup, but he's got the red rifle. Damon's got a lot of red veterans. It's not bad. Juju, yep, look, Dez. Every key position. I wonder, here's the thing, I don't know if anyone ever gets these little tickers at the end of a game or before a game where your veteran players say, hey, look, this guy needs to get a dev upgrade, and I'm going to coach him or something like that. I know a couple people had that. I haven't had a single dev upgrade yet, but it's pretty cool. I wonder what the rate is if you have the older players. The center's kind of lacking there, buddy. Right guard's kind of... You get good tackles. It's not bad. You guys gotta let me know if you don't want me to go through team by team and this kind of takes too long. Then I won't do it. But that's what I'm gonna do for now. D-line's okay. No complaints from me. Young middle linebacker, young linebacking core besides Mario Anderson. Josh. Yeah, he's kind of old on the cornerbacks. Eddie Jackson makes up for it, and then Sean. Kicker, very important. Matt Bryant, alright, there's his veteran experience. I think your team's alright for not drafting. I can see why you have a good record. Oh shit, back up. And then let's see the young team. I know they've been a big topic as of late. All young. I think I already went over his team. Lamar, Kamara, Pettis. Oh, it was Andy. He had the dev upgrade. It looks like either 1 or 2 speed upgrade as well. Jay Howard. I wonder if he's got anyone. Oh, okay, he's got someone at 28. Like I said, I'm thinking this year's going to be your development year. Next year, maybe look for a playoff spot. And then definitely in years to come, this team looks really nice. Everyone's so young. Dkirk. 25, another young person. Alright, new owners. We'll just get to the Titans. Oh, Robbie Gold. Stafford. He was a beast last year. OBJ, Cup. Not bad. How's the O-line? O-line's not that great. So, other than Ramczyk here, but maybe in the future you can get it adjusted in the draft. D-line's not bad. Timmy Jernigan's only 79. Wow. He didn't play last year though. Linebackers aren't terrible. But this team's pretty solid. I can't believe it's been dropped so many times. Yeah, I would just say focus on some O-line, dude. The team really is not that bad. At least in my opinion. Colts. Dink and Dak. Not bad. Damn. Oh, I think this team's not bad. I think he actually rage quit. That's why he left the league. Looking for any holes. Had any suggestions? The team's not bad. Right now, I don't see any user. Oh, he's more of a pass rusher. Oh, Fred Warner. Yeah, maybe linebacker depth. Secondary's not terrible. I don't like Dak Prescott, so other than that, no, I think this team's good. I don't know really what else to add. Center maybe, so maybe look for O-line in the draft. If you're not gonna get that deep, your division's kind of tough, so that's what I say. So that's gonna be the AFC South. We'll do NFC South. I'll just start with the Aints. Cheesers. Luck, Bridgewater. How am I going to critique a team that's 9-0? I'm going to find a way though. Let's see. Offensive line's looking pretty good. Maybe some defensive lineman. Maybe a left outside linebacker. I see you got your kicker. Kicker's solid. No. like I said, it's gonna be hard kind of critiquing a team. No, but maybe D-line, maybe a, I don't know, maybe a linebacker. It's gonna be tough. I think his team's pretty good too. You know what? No, you need a better fullback. Your team fucking trash. Next team. Panthers. Look at that. So you need a fullback like that. That's why the Saints should be 0-8. Rodgers. Chubb. Better fullback. Okay, wide receivers. I think you're like 6-3 or 6-2. So you could be trying to make a playoff push. O-line's not bad. D-line, Bose is definitely great. D-line's pretty stout. Linebackers don't look terrible. You have you might be a nickel. I don't know what you run. Not bad. Weddle. We're gonna need a replacement soon for Weddle. Maybe some speed back there. Yeah, some speed. Especially with Hollywood in your division. A kicker. McManus. Not bad. Maybe, like I said, some speed in the secondary. That's what I would think for Panthers. We got the Bucks and the Falcons. I know it's Falcons. I just like the Falcons. It's really different. I don't know who says it. Someone said it, and I thought it was weird. All right, Tyrod. Coleman. No fullback. And these fullbacks in this division are hit or miss. So far, I'm stuck on Tyrod. D-line looks good. O-line looks good. Linebackers look great. Secondary looks really good. Yeah, a lot of speed too. Yeah, I would just say, unless you're fine with Tyrod, I think there's one position on the line, maybe two. Guards, maybe. No. Yeah, no, I don't really know what to. Maybe take a shot at one of the quarterbacks in the draft. Be interesting. I wouldn't give Matt Barkley a try. Last team is the Falcons. Phillip. He should still be good for next year. I know all the sims I did. He stayed for 3+ years, and he was over an 85 for the first 2 or 3. Connor, Crowell. Look, hit or miss. 66 overall fullback. Might be needing some O-line here. Yeah, you need your left side of the O-line. Maybe dress that like Hunter. Garrett. Wow. This defensive line is really nice. Yeah, left side of that O-line. That's what I'm thinking. And then maybe take a flyer in the draft for a QB. Possibly. Get some youth. I don't think Keenum's going to come in and throw lights out for you. But left outside or left line. That's what I'm thinking. So, if you guys enjoyed me going over teams like that, let me know and I'll definitely keep doing it. I know it's kind of boring when it's just me aimlessly just talking about it. It would be helpful if someone else would have joined. but no one is available. At least to talk about their teams. So it'd be better, like, I know I was talking to the Panthers guy. He was going to try to join yesterday, but the whole mess with the Xbox issue. So, again, yeah, I'm sorry, guys. Canceled last night because Microsoft. So, if anybody wants to shoot me a message, post on the podcast chat, I'll invite you in here. We can talk about anything. There you go. First one. I don't have to aimlessly talk to myself anymore. We'll see. Maybe he'll still make me talk to myself. I'm also trying the timestamps, so we'll see how that goes. What's up?
What's good, dude?
Do you love listening to myself? Listening just to me?
I just got back and I heard you calling out for
Oh,
for a
people,
friend.
nice.
Figure it out.
Yeah, I was just like running through all the teams, and I feel like anyone gonna watch this or has been watching it probably think it's really boring, and it's like, dude, what the hell are you doing? But I feel like I want to just adjust every team and kind of be like, give everyone some love.
Yeah, let's do it. How far have you gotten?
I just did all the teams. Got all
shit.
the 8 teams that I wanted to do. So now it's like whoever wants to talk about the league can come on and talk. If not, I'm gonna make podcast history by cutting it loose and go play superstar mode, I guess.
Superstar mode's fun.
Oh, we got another person. All right. So we have
Nick's
Derek, who just joined, who is the Packers, and then Nick, who's the 0-9 Saints. Nick, do you want to talk about your team? Do you think I had an accurate description?
Yeah, you're pretty spot on.
Yeah, I kind of figured. I mean, there's a couple positions I was thinking about, but I guess I could have gone over stats, but that could have been something I could do. I don't know. Maybe I think you have a quarterback controversy. Trace might have to start.
Think so? Maybe I should give Trace a shot. Try to deal Andrew. Give Trace the spot in the late. Trace the spotlight.
How's that working out for you?
Well, my number one trade partner just exited out of the league, so not sure how good that's going.
Gonna have to find a replacement, I guess. Start shopping them even harder. Guess I can look at everyone. Oh, I can do by division. Nice. All right. I don't know. It's gonna be pointless talking about their stats though.
I feel like I need to go back and listen to what you said about my team.
I didn't say anything about your team. I only did South. I only did AFC South and NFC South.
Oh, that's cool. So you're gonna break it
Where's
up.
all the boys?
Yeah.
Where's all the boys that want to get in here?
They abandoned me, and they abandoned everything about the podcast, so...
And what about Berg and the Redskins guy? They said they're coming on. Get them in here.
Yeah, you know, where's the Redskins guy?
Invite them in.
You know, I should just do it.
This is not
Nick,
optional.
you
This
gonna
is
go
like
undefeated?
This is like Hard Knocks. I mean, my biggest
What's your schedule
my biggest competition really is Zach. So he'll have to be the person that knocks me off.
So you're calling
Undefeated.
everybody on your schedule. Let's go look. Everybody on your schedule. You just called out.
I mean, anything can happen.
Bucks, Panthers, Falcons. Niners, Colts, Titans, Panthers, Cats.
Oh shit. All his teams.
Shit.
Yeah,
Damn, look
look.
at Zach's
1,
as bad as I
2,
am.
3, 4 division games. So you just called out your whole division right there. And you call it the two new owners, Colts and Titans. And then you calling out Zach, but you said Zach could beat you.
I'm calling everybody out. The whole league.
Everybody out.
No. The whole
league. The whole league.
The whole league, and anybody that's came before and anybody that will come in the future. That's what I'm calling out.
The whole league. I'm getting you, Nathan.
You know what I want to know is how bad I'm going to get screwed by having 2 running backs. So I'm looking at like the the freaking yardage and whatnot. And if I had one dude, I'd be right there with people. But I've been splitting.
We're pretty friends.
I wonder how bad that's going to fuck me.
Yeah, the running back by committee.
Lions asked for invite.
I know. I was about to add him, but I think we're already friends.
Gotta get all the boys in here.
Yeah, we could talk about that NFC playoff rush now.
Where's the Redskins guy?
I don't know. It's Nathan's friend, so where is he at? I invited him. Here, I'll message him.
Where's Bird? Bird's not online. Tell him to get online right now. Dom's on Hulu. Tell him this is more important than Hulu.
Tom's got good insight.
Let's invite Jerry Genetic.
Dude,
Playing Borderlands too. I get an outsider's perspective. White Wolf is on Twitch.
He's
but damn,
might
someone
be
new
the
joined
one and
the
only
league.
follower.
Or Will TCM is on Madden. Seahawks.
So, is it Nathan or Nathaniel? What would you or Nate?
Nathan's good.
Nathan.
I don't really care.
Natty.
Nate. So we're gonna talk about your last game against Oakland, or?
I'd rather not. That was honestly like it honestly did feel like I was playing a totally different game. Like it was wild. Like Barkley felt like he was going half his speed, and like it's crazy.
I need that cheat code.
Dude, it was his defensive line was like they were all X factors. Like it was penetration on every play.
Damn.
It's crazy. And then I don't really have any game-breaking wide receivers to open it up, so it's kind of stuck.
AB.
I didn't play very good defense in that game, and Barkley fumbled again. He literally hasn't fumbled his entire career, but.
Join the fumble train.
All right. He has not fumbled in his career
yet. If you hit
yet.
him when he's juking, he fumbles the ball. We hit him with like a.
Let's see. Out of the top 3 guys, I don't think Zeke's fumbled once this year.
Has Barkley
Because you don't juke with
fumbled
him,
in
you
real
just
life?
stiff arm with him.
That's
Like,
what I was saying. Is he hasn't fumbled at all in real life? Not once.
Oh really? Oh, yeah.
His carrying's at 99, I think, even in the game.
Yeah, I believe it.
Maybe 95 or something.
Freaking insane. I have him in a 4-man league. Just wins me games.
Mark Jackson has 11. All right, let's see it. 5-3. Oh, yep. Zeke doesn't have any. You have 3 with Saquon. At least just in this.
I know I do. No, I know I do in the league. I'm talking about in real life. He's never fumbled, so it's wild to me that he's just getting
Two by
hit.
yours truly.
Dog. That shit was so painful. And then the last touchdown you had with Baker to go up with like 7 seconds left, I was like inches from picking that off. I was trying to bait that throw. I was trying to bait that throw, and I over baited. I couldn't get back in time.
I feel you, dude. It was like it's funny. I was like, I knew it.
Fucking
too.
two fumble
Like,
recoveries for touchdowns, bro. Like I just sick to my stomach over that game.
Dude, the amount of times those Saquon would break tackles or like in the backfield while I had a dead to right. Fuck that dude, driving me nuts. I finally got the guys to rally the ball, and I just hit sticking like every chance I got. That was wild. But to get the bolt to like, pick it up and not fall over, like that wouldn't happen.
I should have.
I tried it 100 other times.
I should have stopped after the first one. I shouldn't have ran over to land inside again. I should have just left him alone.
I forget whatever the trait he has, but that shit is. It's him and I think Jamal Adams.
Broken. Keanu Neal has it too, I think.
Oh, okay, yeah. God, that trait's fucking crazy.
Some of the X factors are really stupid.
Wagner
Some of
has
them
it.
don't do anything.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see like the young people when they progress, like the superstars or like the stars. Yeah, like I'm curious to see what they get.
Yeah, I got a quarterback, and I think it was a star, and I got a one of those dead boost opportunities or whatever. Like my starting quarterback got hurt,
Oh no.
and he got dead boost. He goes up to superstar. He had 5 abilities. Like,
Wow.
It's crazy.
It's disgusting.
Dude, like, it's gonna be.
Is it just
insane.
pure RNG?
I don't know. I think so.
Yeah. I think there's.
Or are they like?
Yeah.
Is it? I wonder if it's determined like at the time that player like especially with drafting, like is that determined when they enter the game or is it determined when they get their like dev upgrade? Does it like randomize it at that time?
Every time I drafted, it's complete random.
I think it's random.
Well, I don't think it's.
Get the
I don't.
upgrade, because I don't think Calvin Ridley. Like I got superstar in our league, and he got the what's that? The outs and in route.
Yeah, that's what I was
upgrade.
showing.
I don't know if like that's like given,
Like
if
getting
everyone that's got,
like when they progress up, what traits do they get and what makes that? Like he could have got a different superstar ability, Calvin Ridley.
I want to like go and start a league right now, and then just like boost it up to superstar just to see like.
Yeah, you could
testing,
like sim until you get to like a dev trait and then save it beforehand.
I wonder what his 90.
Is there potential for like a? Is there potential for a 3-loss team to not make it to the playoffs in the NFC right now?
I don't know how the schedule breaks down. Possibly, I guess.
What was the question?
No, there's no way, right? Maybe a 5-loss team gets left out.
Of the playoffs?
Yeah.
Let me go look.
Right?
The NFC? I think you have to have 12 wins in the NFC to make the playoffs. I think that's what's going to be. At least 10 for sure. But it's probably going to be 10 plus. I'm thinking like 12. I think you're going to be like 12 and 4.
Let's see. There's 8 teams that have 3 losses, right? Or 8 teams that have 3 losses or less right now.
We got. See, look, your division has Vikings, and see, look, 6. I don't know. And then you got Rams,
and Bears.
6-3.
Dude, I can't buy a win right now. I have more passing yards and more rushing yards, and I threw 2 pick sixes and just threw the game away. One was for 104 yards. Can't buy a win.
I don't know. It's gonna be tough because every division but the South has 2 teams that have really good records. So one team is gonna get left out.
I'm interested to see how Vikings is gonna be. I think there's new Bears, right?
No, I would wish I didn't get to play him. And it looks like the AFC is pretty much set on the top. Oh no, the Chiefs, they're making a comeback. the final wild card is going to be pretty close.
Dude, the most improved player goes to Dominic Flowers. That guy has turned it around, man. Last time I was looking, he had a couple wins. I was like,
Dom? He's
he's
5
doing
and
better
4?
than me.
He could look for that 6 wild card. If you hear the barking,
Dude, him with Le'Veon Bell, like, I think it was a good pick for him.
yeah, definitely having that running back. So, anybody
Who's the big dog
have
in that
any-
division?
In what division?
In the Jets or whatever that
Dolphins.
was. Jets, Patriots, Dolphins. Dolphins is a big dog.
He's the big dog. We can go through playoffs real quick. So Dolphins, AFC, Dolphins, Browns are fighting out for 1, and Raiders. They all have 1 loss. Raiders is number 1 seed because they have 1 more win. So Dolphins, Browns, Raiders, and Jaguars. If it ended right now, but the Chiefs and Raiders fighting out for their division. So one of them either probably be the wild card, but then you have a slew of other teams looking for that final wild card spot. You got Bengals, Jets, Chargers, Broncos. Shoot, even the 3-win teams still have a shot.
3 wins. Let's go.
Go 10-6. Anything like that, it looks like you can make.
The team keeps getting better, man. Keeps every week. Every week they become more of a believer. Dude, this is something I bet people can relate to. Devin White, and for the last 3 upgrade points, has been on like 1 away from dev or scheme fit, and you just have to keep putting it in. It keeps like not being a scheme fit.
Upgrades.
Finally got scheme fit.
There you go.
Finally start developing it.
It's nice.
I think it was. I can't remember if it was in this league or the other league that I joined, but I I upgraded somebody, and they were. Let me check. They were like 1 point ahead or tied. Oh yeah, okay. Okay, yeah, it was Zedric Woods, my strong safety. He was like 63 run support, and I think hybrid was like 62 or something, like below run support and zone.
Mm-hmm.
And I upgraded run support because that's what I wanted to, I wanted him to be scheme fit. So in his upgrade, he got for run support, he got +1 zone, +2 press, +1 play rec, +2 man coverage, and +2 awareness. So now by me upgrading run support, his hybrid went up 2 overalls. So now he is no longer a scheme fit for run support. He's got 1 higher on hybrid than run support. I was like, what the fuck? Why? I'm like, how are you gonna give me fucking man coverage and zone coverage and press when I upgrade run support? It makes no fucking sense.
Because Madden.
Madden with Madden.
Not that he's a major person, but I was just like, what the fuck?
So I just found out Redskins not joining. He decided he had better stuff to do. So we're not gonna get the trash talk.
Redskins. Come on, bro.
I wanted to hear it. He was gonna trash talk his boy.
What about embrace the Irish? Where's he at?
He's probably
Okay, we
out.
got to talk about it. I know we chatted about it in the message thread, but AB going to the Patriots.
Crazy.
Was this a fucking?
Oh my goodness.
Was this the plan all along? The conspiracy.
I
theories out there.
saw threads on Reddit about how it was all on purpose for him to get released because he didn't want to be on the Raiders or whatever. And
You see Pat McAfee's take on it? She was hilarious.
No, what'd he say?
no, I saw somebody post it, but I didn't
I'll
watch
have to post it. Oh, it's worth watching.
For the brand,
sure.
baby. For the brand.
Honestly,
Well,
to me,
okay.
the Patriots are so good, it doesn't really matter who they put in there.
What is their big?
It doesn't matter whether it's Antonio Brown or Julian Edelman. They're going to be fucking good because they have Brady. Honestly.
I just hope Brady spreads the ball, doesn't force it to him, and fuck me, because I have Edelman and Gordon in 2 different leagues.
Well, I think one thing Brady doesn't do is force the ball. He's just like Roethlisberger, where like, you know, Juju came in and it wasn't all about AB all the time. It was just whoever, you know, was open. And I think that it's going to take some time for him to even get comfortable with Antonio Brown because he's, first of all, he can't even play this week. So he's not going to be on the field at all. So he'd have to be ready for next week. And even then, I mean, that's just 1 week to get a whole playbook and a whole system down. But I just think it's crazy that he's going to go from this crazy narcissist. He's going to go from this crazy narcissistic motherfucker to becoming an upstanding citizen. I guarantee you, on the fucking Patriots. This is what's going to happen.
We'll see.
Well, he's getting half of his guarantee in 1 year now. Also,
That's
the
nice.
opportunity to win.
Well, is that all guaranteed, or is that just partly guaranteed?
Well, $9 million of it was guaranteed, and that's just the signing bonus. So he just made $9 million, right? And he needs to go play for the Patriots, and he gets $15 million with his incentives, which is half of what his guarantee was with the Raiders for the entire 4 years.
I think everybody knew that he was going. Did anybody doubt he was going to the Patriots? I think literally everybody.
It'd be funny if he went back to the Steelers.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't think it was gonna happen. I was like joking, saying, "Oh, to the Patriots."
Yeah.
Like, honestly, I was joking.
Like if everybody had to put money on it, like if you had to have everybody put money on it, I
would bet
guarantee
the Patriots.
the majority of it would have gone on the Patriots.
They make moves. You can't deny that.
You just knew it. I just knew it in my, you know, my fucking bones that he was going to go to the Patriots. Because that's what they always do. They've always done that. They've always taken in problem players and turned them into something better. You look at like LeGarrette Blount was a big one of those guys. Josh Gordon.
Remember that game like it was yesterday.
All these guys that have issues everywhere else come to the Patriots and it's like boom, like it's like they never even had an issue. And there's others too, like Aqib Talib. Remember he was having all those issues in Denver, and then he came to New England and boom, his career took back off. It's fucking crazy how they do that shit all the time.
Just get people to buy in. I mean, the one thing you do have to give AB, like, God, it sucks, 'cause I used to fucking like him. The one thing you have to give him, even if you don't like him anymore, is he works fucking his ass off. That dude grinds.
And he freezes
I feel like the Patriots. Yeah, freezes his feet in the process of grinding, you know? I mean, because no one goes to cryotherapy for fun.
Fortunately, no matter how much you grind, you can't go into your GM's office and call him a cracker and punt a football at him and tell him to find that bitch and keep your job.
Oh no.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's expected, right?
Just take it in like your own personal, like if I walked in and said a racial slur to my boss and like threatened to beat him up, I would be gone. Like on the spot. I don't know what you guys would be if you have a lenient boss. But I know
Yeah, no.
So.
Well, I'm surprised. Like, what was he? Like, was he not expecting to get fined? Like, did that not happen in? I mean, that's why like I see merit to the conspiracy theory, because it's like it's so erratic, like irrational, like it's all based on like the what's that bargaining agreement? Like I don't think they just like make up the fines, right? Like it just is what it is. Like you break this rule, this is what it costs.
Well, it's part of his job and part of his contract is to attend those meetings, right? So if he does 98% of his job, Oakland wants their 2% back because he didn't do the other 2% of his job. Seems reasonable.
I don't know. I'm not really worried. I'm not really worried about it. They're such a good team anyway. One good player doesn't really make or break it. They're gonna be good anyways.
What?
So tired of the Patriots every year.
Bruh.
Honestly, to be completely honest, it really doesn't matter because like they won the fucking Super Bowl without him. So what? Just because they added to his team doesn't mean that. I mean, they can't get any better than they already are. It's like you look at the Warriors, right? They made it all the way and they fucking won, and then they added Durant, and then they ended up almost fucking getting worse after the first couple of years. But it's like they won and then they won again, so it's not like. To me, it's just you're just adding better players to the best team, so they're gonna be a pain in the ass regardless.
think it's one thing to add better players. It's another thing to add, you know, a top. Depending on how you look at it. Top
but
three,
Brady,
top
Brady,
five wide receiver in
Brady
the NFL.
makes every wide
and bring him
receiver
to the
good,
team
right?
that's already the best. Like,
I mean, Brady makes average receivers look great. So I mean,
when he's had a great receiver.
yeah, and the one year
he
had Moss, he lit the entire league on fire.
yeah, but that's different because Moss is a completely different kind of receiver than Antonio Brown.
I don't know.
Antonio Brown to me is similar to like Edelman and Welker, where they're quick slot guys, especially now in his career.
2 years ago,
He's not as much of a
AB
big
was
play guy as he
top
used
wide
to be.
receiver in
but
the
he's
league.
never been fast. That's the thing. Like he's quick.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's a quick slot guy, kind of like a lot of receptions, right? Very much like Edelman and stuff like that. He's not like a big play kind of guy like Moss was. Josh Gordon reminds me more of Moss, right? Where he's bigger guy, faster, can get down the field,
I'm
that
not
kind of
going to
stuff.
argue with you because I hope you're right. Let's just make Gordon be the guy.
I mean,
That's what
I mean-
with
I mean-
Moss,
I thought Gordon was going to
if
be
you
the
don't
man.
think if you don't think there's a big difference between Antonio Brown and Julian Edelman, like that's just crazy to me. I mean, Edelman's fantastic. Like, don't get me wrong, but like, if you don't think the Patriots didn't just get significantly better, that's wild.
I don't know. I mean, obviously they got better, but I don't think that it's. I mean, it might add one win to their total, right? But they're already going to get like 12 or 13 wins. Right? It's not like going to make a difference between them being a playoff team and not a playoff team. They're already such a good team. I mean, I consider him very similar. I mean, obviously he's better, yeah, but I consider him similar. To me, and I know you're worried, Derek, and I have Gordon on one of my teams too. I think that adding Antonio Brown actually helps Josh Gordon because Antonio Brown's going to get all the attention, right? So it's basically the same situation you had in
That would
Pittsburgh.
be fucking awesome.
Juju.
Oh, I hope he. I just
Well-
want Josh Gordon to ball. So I've been like a fan of his since he got in the league. Like you know when you just pick a guy.
Josh Gordon is the best wide receiver that just has not been able to put together because of his issues with marijuana.
Dude. I
That's
pick him with anybody. Like I pick him on any team. Like I love other
if
guys. Like it's hard to like.
if he could play his whole career out without the issues that he's had, he'd be one of the best receivers of all time. He's.
I agree with
For sure.
wholeheartedly. I
remember me and my dad drafted him in a fantasy draft on that year that he was on the Browns and he was suspended for the first 2 games. We drafted him in the last round, and he missed the first 2 games, and he ended up being the top scoring wide receiver in the entire NFL.
Dude,
Even though he missed the first 2
That's
games.
how I got him too. First season. Oh, I'll never forget.
It was fucking crazy. He's so every time he plays, he makes an impact.
He's so good.
So
And he does against everybody too. Like all the good corners. Like there's no knocking him. He just can't stay on the field.
You now have 2 players on the field that command a double team. If Josh Gordon's on the field and Antonio Brown is on the field, like which one do you double team? And then you got to deal
well,
with
Antonio
Edelman
Brown.
or Harry or
Was it
Philip
Harry
Dorsett.
injured?
Like, it's gonna be fucking
Harry's
wild.
on IR. Harry's on the IR.
He'll come back eventually. What, 8 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Stoney is
They have,
healthy, but that guy
Oh
could be
shit!
anyone.
Don't they still have Demarius Thomas?
Yep.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I
and
think
they
he
have
might be the
Demarius
odd
Thomas.
man out. I think he might be the odd man out with them signing Antonio Brown. If I had to
Who's the
guess.
tight end?
Yeah.
Who the tight? Dude, they already. Don't they have somebody else? They have. Didn't they get somebody?
I wonder which
Who's
one they
Mike?
kept.
No, that's a white guy. They just got Ben Watson back. We'll see what happens.
Yeah,
with that.
that's right.
He's like they're on their depth chart.
Damn, somebody's mic needs to come unplugged.
Sorry.
Thank you. But when you come back,
Stranger Things.
we have a request for you. If he comes back. He's back.
Is it still fucked?
Sounds good for it now. So
Yeah,
we
that
need
sounds
to
good.
move on,
Good deal.
and it's been requested to talk about your game against the Redskins. The Redskins wants to know how badly you're gonna beat him. He said,
How badly I'm gonna beat him?
Yep, he wants to know.
I mean, this has been asked of me both times. Been on the podcast now, and I don't want to predict that game because I'm not sure what's gonna happen with it. Javon will say that he's gonna beat me in every single game we play, but you know, I don't
This
know that
week or
that's
next week?
historically been the case, so we'll see. It's not this week. I have Bears this week, and I guess Bears Xbox doesn't work, so
I know, I didn't get
I might not get to play that game, so that's cool. And then next
Might
week
be
I have
12.
Cowboys, who was a previous SOMP user that I was familiar with.
Oh, really?
He just joined. Yeah, he was the Steelers, I think, in SOMP.
Oh yeah, Cowboys is legit, dude. Cowboys is legit.
Yeah. We'll see
It's,
how
yeah, old Steelers.
we'll see how he does. And then I have Javon in the Redskins after that.
Oh, he says you're not gonna beat him.
I mean, we'll see, man. I'm not gonna put my man on blast, but we'll see what happens.
Put him
in
on blast.
the game. No. I'm not.
Gotta
That's
use
not
some
my thing. That's his thing. He likes to talk, and I just like to play the game and get my
So
dubs.
that's like the
I'll do the
politically-
talking on the field.
Politically correct answer.
The Tom Brady answer.
Yeah. Wow.
If I had to put money on it, gun to my head, I'm winning that game.
There you go. Throwing it here.
Gonna be a tie.
Ooh, that'll be interesting.
I will intentionally lose before I tie any game that I play. Probably. I would much rather.
They have
lose.
tied once.
What's your head-to-head record?
Oof.
He wants me to ask you that question.
I'm
Yes. He did say you were in some, Matthew. Oh, he said you're 8 wins ahead of him.
Who said that?
Javon.
It's more than 8.
Oh, shit. Probably like 28?
I'm not gonna say what the actual number is, because again, I'll do my talking on the field when the game actually matters. That's the only thing that matters right now. We're 0-0 as far as I'm concerned.
Exactly.
League games are a different breed. Like head-to-heads are what they are. Javon doesn't play like head-to-head games the same way he plays league games. League games, if you get up on him like 14-0, he doesn't take it as serious and then he'll quit. So a lot of those games, I'm sure if he had
Played
really
it out.
tried and like stuck around, played it out, like he probably would have snuck a couple. But
Yeah, I get
league
that.
games are different.
Definitely. I can agree.
League games are totally different. You just play differently when there's something on the line, right? And head-to-heads, like, I absolutely will not punt. I don't care if I'm on my own 10-yard line. I'm not punting in a head-to-head game.
Yeah.
It can be, I'm serious, it can be 4th and 25, and I could be on my own 10-yard line. I'm going for it, and
And you're gonna get it.
Well, there's nothing on the
I get it,
line,
but-
right? Doesn't really matter.
exactly. So we'll see. I'm excited, because those games are always super exciting when there's something on the line. Especially when it's him, because we're super competitive. Yeah.
Seeding in the playoffs.
You talk to each other
Yeah.
afterwards.
Yeah. We'll talk afterwards.
What about in the same
Not a whole lot of
party?
trash talking afterwards, regardless of which way it goes. No, I don't play any games in any party with anybody. That's just, especially a league game, I can't do it. If it's head-to-head, heck yeah, but league games, I need my
Concentration.
zen. It's one of those things where like it's just a video game, right? But it's something you devote your time to, and your time is valuable, so it hurts. It hurts when you lose.
Especially if
I feel like it's-
you're away.
I feel like it's even more so in the fantasy draft, because like it's the team that you put together, right? It's not only are you lose, like if you join like
I
just a
don't know.
regular, if you join just a regular league, then it's like if you get stuck with the Dolphins, and you can always chalk up having an average season that, well, I got the Dolphins, I'm having to build a stupid team. But you lose in a fantasy draft, not only are you not playing very well as a user, but you didn't draft very well either, so almost hits 2 hearts of your ego.
I agree.
I don't know how anyone plays in a regular league some teams are just so much better than others.
Oh my gosh, yeah, like the 32-man leagues.
Yeah. And
If
like,
you don't
it's not
get
like
one of
some
the good
teams are, like,
teams,
set to, like,
unless like even if you're that much better.
All these guys are like young superstars.
Oh yeah, like even if you're like that much better than everyone in the league, you're still hindered by the team you have. Like the Dolphins.
Yeah.
Like even though if we're fucking calculating, and we get the Dolphins, I bet he still gets over 10 wins, but you know, struggling with rough.
Yeah.
Does
Well, the other thing, I mean, there's some things to think about though when it comes to that, because there's a couple factors. Obviously, yeah, you're right. Like when you talk about some teams are better than others, but the two main things are a lot of the bad teams actually have a lot more draft picks because they've traded away shit. Like the who's got a lot, like the Raiders, and I think the Dolphins have a significant amount. But the other thing is like salary cap, right? Like you were talking CT about the Eagles, how it's so tough to be the Eagles because your salary cap's in such a bad situation. So like after the first year or second year, the teams that aren't so good have a much better chance at signing some of those big name free agents because they have so much money compared to the other teams. Like I joined the Bears in this one league, and it's going to be really tough to sign anybody because of how many big contracts I have. I mean, at the beginning, yeah, they're really good, but it's really about money management more than anything. That's like the only interesting thing. When you're a bad team, you can kind of just.
I would much rather have a good team right off the bat and deal with the cap later than immediately just be frustrated in a league where I cannot play the game because of how bad my team is.
The thing is though, like sometimes
I just can't do it.
Sometimes it's fun to be a worse team, right? Because it's like you give yourself a challenge. Like if you're a really good player, you know that you have to build your team up, kind of try to trade your way up. I mean, I personally like trading a lot. That's kind of what I would try to do is trade for some guys that I want.
Well, it also
Somehow.
depends on if you're playing. It also really depends on if you're playing simulation or competitive. Also, they're completely different games. Like if it's simulation, it's unplayable. Like at times, to where like it's just not even enjoyable. Even if like I understand rebuilding a team is fun, and I can do that on competitive because the gap's so much smaller. But on simulation, like it becomes a chore to play those first like couple of years of games.
Especially
Yeah, but it depends on your quality of competition too. That's another
Sure.
part of it. I mean, if you're playing against people that aren't very good, it doesn't really matter what team you are, right? You're probably still gonna win anyway.
which is even worse, right? Because then you make the playoffs with your 70 overall team because your competition isn't good around you. You don't have the draft picks to rebuild the team like you really want to.
Yeah, but then you upgrade the fuck out of your players, right? Usually because some of those bad teams have a bunch of young guys or guys that can be upgraded. The only team like that I think is like absolutely atrocious is fucking Miami. I think any other team is salvageable, but Miami is really rough.
How is Tampa Bay? I mean, I know they got like.
Tampa Bay's got good players.
I know they got like.
They got the
Mike Evans.
linebacker,
I
Devin
forgot
White.
about him.
They got Jameis
Devin
Winston,
White.
Mike Evans. Got OJ Howard. You got a lot of good pieces. Ronald Jones.
I forgot. I'm not even playing. I decided.
Levante
who can
or
just
Quan
watch
Alexander,
those.
right?
Vita Vea. No, Quan Alexander's on the Niners.
Is he now?
Bucks have a pretty good O-line too.
Man, I'm so ready for football tomorrow.
Oh, it's gonna be crazy.
Goodness. Do you guys do DraftKings or any of that kind of stuff?
No, I've never really been into daily fantasy, but some people I know
I
some
have
people
in
do.
the past, but I know.
I'm trying it.
Cali
I'm trying it
does
this
it.
year. I'm gonna try it this year. I think that the head-to-head is significantly more interesting to me than doing like they do like the pooled bets, right? It's like $5 in it, and you can win like 100K or something. Like, but you gotta win over like 5,000 people. I don't know that I'm interested in that, but I'll
like
go
doing
head-to-head with
10
somebody
man
if they're like
leagues, too.
$20 on it or something. I drafted. We did our company does a fantasy league. It's a 12-man league, and nobody took. This was the day before he signed. Nobody took him. He fell to me at 7. It was unbelievable, and he signed like 12 hours later.
Well, good luck.
I bet some of those guys were kicking themselves.
The guy, whoever owns Antonio Brown in the league has probably been on just a roller coaster of emotion.
Oh, I know.
the past
Dude,
week.
Zach owns him in all 3 of his leagues.
Jesus.
Oh my god.
Wonder if this is lagging on stream. Oh, it is. Okay. I decided instead of them just watching the main screen, I'm playing just like random plays on practice so that they can just hear us talk.
Cool.
Oh, nice. But
Just
I
play
don't know if
Superstar
there's-
mode and barely play Temple.
oh, we could do that. But I'm playing like through the stream on my computer, so like that's why it's
Okay,
lagging.
okay.
So it's like kind of delayed. But does anybody have any other topics want to bring up?
Who's your Super Bowl picks in real life for this season? Make the
Rams,
calls
baby.
before any games are played.
Besides the one that I already
Rams.
Chiefs and Saints.
played? Ooh, I don't know if the
Okay.
Saints are gonna make
Dude,
the playoffs.
don't sleep on the Chargers too.
Chargers will be nice. I'm gonna
Once everyone comes
go
back, dude.
Chiefs Eagles.
Dude, the Packers, man, that defense is raw. Like, if people weren't giving them enough credit, they've been drafting defense like first round last 5 years. That's Savage. Savage and Amos is their safety so dirty.
What a fucking ugly ass game.
Trubisky's bad, bro. Like,
That
I
first
mean,
game. Well,
I agree. The
Dude,
Packers
I don't
played.
know,
The
man.
defense played extremely well, but Trubisky is bad, man.
Dude,
Like,
look at they have Yair Alexander, they have King as their second corner. There's 2 dirty fucking safeties. Like, they've got a good.
no, I mean,
Great
I
D-line,
agree with you, but I
know,
think
man.
that Trubisky is. I think Trubisky's.
It was a combination of both things. I'm not saying that what you're saying is incorrect. I'm just saying that it was compounded by the fact that Trubisky
He's not.
can't
he's not
handle a
bad.
defense like that. He doesn't have the talent for it.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Imagine passing on Mahomes for Trubisky.
That's what they did.
Dude, he went 2.
Imagine passing on Mahomes and Watson.
Isn't that crazy?
For
Like, 2
Trubisky.
after playing, like, I like Trubisky. I don't think he's as bad as some people do think he is. Like, I think
No, he's not
developed
Nathan.
a lot.
He's
He's
not Nathan
like,
Peterman.
I don't know. He's like to draft him where they did. That's crazy.
It's kind of
Like,
early.
him and
They traded
Daniel
up for him,
Jones,
too.
Like, what is like? What is this guy? They just get paranoid. I feel like they're just, oh, everyone wants the guy. I gotta get it. I gotta get it.
Dude, like fucking Watson and Mahomes are both significantly better than him, and I'm shocked that Watson lasted as long as he did. I mean, I loved Watson coming out.
Oh,
I think I think the fact that he dropped to the Texans, they just got the drop of a lifetime, really.
Yeah.
Gift.
Well, dude, who's that outside linebacker that dropped this year? I'm blanking on his
Josh
name.
Allen.
Yeah, dude.
Josh
the fact
Allen,
that he dropped
fucking
there, like,
Jacksonville.
that's so dumb. I was looking at that, like. the fact
And
that
he went to
Jacksonville
Jacksonville,
got
of all places.
him. Oh,
Now we have him, Calais.
And they had-
Is Ngakwe playing yet? Or is he holding out still?
I don't know.
Oh, I don't know. That's just insane.
Alvin Smith isn't playing though.
This is lagging so bad. I think I'm gonna be done with this one.
Are we at the halfway point yet in our league? We are, huh?
Yeah.
Who's everybody's Super Bowl call for league Super Bowl?
I'm gonna go. I'll make my championship game predictions. I'm gonna go AFC. Depends on the seeding, but I'm gonna go. AFC is gonna be Browns. I'm gonna take the Raiders. Browns and Raiders for AFC. NFC, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Saints, and I think the Rams are gonna get in and make a wild card push, sweep all of us. This is not picking myself because I don't want to
going
be
out on the
biased.
limb.
Yes. Well, Berg was my Super Bowl predictor in the post draft, so I gotta stick with him. Anybody else?
I'm picking Jets and Browns.
For the AFC? Okay. Dom's making a big push.
Dom, dude. Le'Veon Bell, baby.
What's your NFC?
Grind.
Saints and I don't know. There's a lot of good teams.
I know. I just wanted to pick someone other than myself.
Saints and Redskins.
Redskins. I don't think he's getting past the Lions. What are you talking about?
I think someone else is gonna knock out the Lions.
What about you, Nathan? What do you think?
We'll see. I think it's gonna be Saints and myself, but if I can't vote on myself, probably. It might be Saints and Redskins. I think Javon's sneaky good, especially in the playoffs. And then I don't know the AFC well enough, but based on what I've heard, it sounds like Browns is a lock to get in there. And based on who I've played, I'm gonna say the Raiders.
Yeah. Derek, you want to pick?
I think you could pair it. Basically, I agree with the last one.
Yeah. Saints, Redskins?
You gotta be careful with well, I think probably Saints Lions. I'd take Lions over Redskins, but
Yeah.
They have no Dolphins love.
I mean, dude, I'm winning the head-to-head as of now, 1-1.
Oh shit.
So, 3-6 might make its glorious comeback.
Dude, what's your record right now?
3-6.
3-6. Look, you just go to the table, and I don't know if 10-6
run the
gets you
table.
in.
Yeah,
I
dude,
honestly, I don't think
I
it
made
gets
a
you
call. I made a call.
Just
I have a Mexican
the
contact.
NFC is disgusting.
I got my boys on the roids.
Especially now you're saying Cowboys.
Nah, I'm
Yeah, if I recall, Cowboys is good. I only played him in one game, and it was a playoff game. I think it was the year I won the Super Bowl, and he gave me a decent game. He's a good
Didn't he
user.
win
I
the
haven't
Super
played him
Bowl
in
that
this
last
Madden.
year?
This Madden's different.
Wow.
I don't know. I think I left.
Yeah, you were already gone. I think you won that Super Bowl that last year when I was away.
I won.
When I was out of the.
He did. He's good.
But I don't know. We'll see. Probably the next podcast we'll get a better shake up of how things. I did it kind of late. It was supposed to be like week.
I think the Vikings guy's pretty decent too.
I don't know. This new guy.
I know we're just loading on the talent.
I know.
Doesn't really matter though in the AFC. Cali Keen's gonna come out of it anyway. Doesn't matter who you put over there.
Oh, it depends. This Raiders guy's legit. Raiders is legit.
Yeah,
I feel like you could put fucking anybody over there, and Cali Keen's gonna come out on top. It's probably better that we all have the competition in the NFC, so that the most of us have a chance to actually make the Super Bowl, so we don't have to deal with Cali Keen.
Whoever's peaking.
Just root for each
tickle.
other. You know, even though if you
Yeah,
just
it's like-
beat me, just beat
Oh, we
that-
got
just
always
beat
root
Cali.
for the conference first.
Exactly.
Order goes team, then you root for your division, then you root for your conference.
Sorry.
Are any of you guys college fans? Really pro fans in here.
Not really, but I've been watching the last two Maryland games. They're fucking shit up, dude. I might have to watch a little bit more.
What about Michigan almost losing double OT, right?
Oh my god. He's a sneaky, annoying team because they just run that wishbone option offense that you can't really like study against or prepare for in practice efficiently, and then their defense is disciplined enough to not give up any big plays, so they force you to play the slow game like they do, which is why all their games are like 14 to 14 or 21 to 20.
I'm guessing you're a Michigan fan.
Sounds like a boring brand to watch.
No. I'm an Oklahoma fan.
Oklahoma. Oh shit.
Huge Oklahoma fan. I was born and raised in Texas, but my whole family's from Oklahoma, so I just kind of grew up in
My college team doesn't really make any sense. I'm a huge Ohio State
My
fan.
college team just lost to San Diego State.
Oh yeah.
UCLA just lost to San Diego State.
See, I don't really pay too much attention into it though.
I don't know anything about college football. Is Syracuse supposed to be a decent team?
No, I mean they're okay. They were
ranked 21
but...
or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. Syracuse is never really good. They kind of gave them the nod because they gave Clemson a decent game last year.
I mean, I'll probably pay attention more just because Maryland did so well the past 2 games, but if I watch any college, it'll be college basketball before college football.
I guess it's hard.
College basketball
it's probably harder.
is so much fucking better than the NBA. It's not even close. It's literally not even close.
No, you know what I watch? I watch college esports.
The NBA is not watchable until the fucking finals, basically. I mean, actually, it might be a little bit more watchable this year because there is more parity than there has been in the past. But
I knew college esports is actually like becoming a thing.
Really?
Yeah, like people are getting like scholarships and full rides to these schools just to play games.
Wish I could have got a Madden scholarship.
I know, right?
Even dope.
Dude, I just need that one sponsor out there say, hey, look, you're really good at Minecraft. Come to my school. Be like, yeah, man.
the thing is, like, why do you even need to go to college, right? If you're so good at a game, you can just make money by playing that game, right?
Yeah.
What's the point of going to
That's why
college?
this is happening, man. It's just so they take your money.
Yeah.
This is
Take
when
your
you
money
make
and
money
time.
off that.
Yeah, exactly. Because like, if you go to
So
college,
here's
right,
a-
you're not going to be
here's a-
making money. So
Here's
what's
a
the point?
degree that you'll never
They make
use
money, but you
in
get, I guess you
your
get a
life.
college degree out of it, right? So you could actually
Get the
do
college
something with your
experience
life.
for free, bro.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it's different, right? Because when you're playing, it's different than sports. Because when you're playing sports, right, you can only play till a certain age because your body takes a toll on you. But video games, you can.
Dude, my
you
body
can
takes
play
a
until
toll
you're
on me.
fucking 60 years old.
Dude,
You
when I
play
run
till you're
those,
dead.
I run those 10-hour sessions with Minecraft. I'm just like swamped and.
So it's
Well,
like
you could get-
you don't even.
If you get a free ride to go party for 4 years, though, knowing that you're gonna be able to come out the other side and just make money, playing esports.
I mean, I guess, but who the
Just
fuck
go to
wants
school
to?
for free.
Who the fuck
And you can
wants
still
to,
make money. It's not like you can't go to
No, you
college
couldn't
and
make
make
money.
money doing.
No,
esports.
no. They wouldn't let you make money. It's the NCAA. What do you think? They're not gonna let you make money.
No, you won't make
If you're
it.
trying to play for your team, Oh well, yeah. I guess that's the only reason they give you a scholarship. That's a good point. Well,
That's
it
what I'm
should
saying,
be
so you
regulated by
might as
the
well just-
NCAA. That's athletics. That's the athletic association, right? Are they considering it athletics?
Yeah, they probably are considering athletics, but
I
that's a
think
joke.
so.
And anybody who says that
Get rid of the
like,
NCAA, dude.
anybody that thinks professional gaming is like an actual athletic sport is lunatic. Anybody that thinks it belongs in the Olympics
Oh, there was
or anything like that is
I was
crazy.
I feel like
watching-
it depends what you like consider athletic.
I was watching Smite
There's
Esports
some of
the
those
other day,
sports.
and this guy is on his computer and the mouse, like the camera right in front of him, and he's got a shooting sleeve for fucking playing a game. Like, no.
Move on for those hot topics.
I'm a professional Call of Duty athlete.
Well, I think this is going to be the end of this podcast. I think we got some good content. We didn't get any.
Where's the rest of the boys?
No, I think this is fine.
Speaking of gamers, everyone go look at the hot Mexican weather girl that gets dumped by a gamer.
What? Go look at who?
You're welcome. Just type in hot Mexican.
Is this safe to show on stream?
Yanette Garcia
Yeah.
What is it? Hot what?
It's safe.
with
it's
phase
safe.
sensor.
You gotta watch. Oh my god, there's this YouTube guy. There's this guy. Is Bogan something? He's this Aussie guy, and he like commentates her doing her like the
streamer. You said?
whatever it's called, weathercast.
He fucking no. Her name is Yanette Garcia. He broke up with her because he was focusing on he got to focus on Call of Duty. I guess she was causing him too much fucking. It's like the reason why the Vikings left the league. But except he chose the league over his girl. So
No, I can't.
kind of a different effect.
Oh wow.
He made the right choice.
But
I agree.
anyway,
Games over girls all the time.
game super growth. It's too quiet. I use the Twitch app on my phone to look at the chat, and it's actually semi-active. But we only have 2 viewers, so we're not that entertaining. But I think the YouTube actually.
Viral, dude.
Dude, I know, man. Have you watched any of the YouTube VODs of the podcast?
Have I?
Yes.
Yeah.
Really? Okay, so
Yeah, I
more than
watch
just
it.
like a few people actually watch it. Okay.
Yeah, I think
I
a lot of people.
I'll watch it every time. Like if you continue to make it, like I'll 100% watch it. If there's
Now,
people talking about the league, like that's interesting to me.
do you watch it? Like right now, I think I've been idle, sitting on the same like news thing for like the last 20 minutes. If I played something in the background, or are you more interested just like turning off the screen and just like listening to us? Is that better or?
What would make it, and it would take a lot of work to do it. But like what would make it like super dope is if it like if just enough people were able to like submit you like clips and we could just like put them all together.
I had that
If you had
before.
enough of them, if you had enough of them and that was going on in the background from just submitted clips from players around the league, that would be cool.
Yes.
I'm trying to remember to do that. So I'm gonna try to start like making that point.
I'll do it. I
I'll
clip
I'll
shit all the
advertise
time.
more. Yeah, I did
I'll
it
just send
last
them to you.
year, and I had only had like a few people did it, and it was pretty cool seeing just these teams clips of. Last year I remember Embrace the Irish sent me one, and then Loco sent me one of like a 98-yard touchdown. It was just a pitch, but still, it was still something,
Yeah,
All right,
that'd be cool though.
I
Wait, I need
definitely
to call
the
out Embrace
feedback.
Irish. When is he gonna make the mid-season magazine cover?
I know he's past his deadline. He usually does it every
I mean,
year.
he's
I don't even want to see my
he's-
power ranking after.
Needs to get on
if
it.
you lost to him week 9 or week 10, see how I see it. It should be just by like that the first 4 weeks. Like the preseason is just random. First 4 weeks, they're like there's a solid. Then it breaks off to the next 8. Like I even though that the league is advanced, I would go back and look to see. Oh, he was 8-0 for the first 8 weeks, so he should be 1. Like something like that. Even if you lost week 10, I wouldn't grade you on that personally.
Feel it.
Eagles gonna be out of the top 10 though for sure. Dropping down
Think
to
so?
like 20. Packers are going to 10. Jets are number 3. Heard it here.
I still can't believe I lost either one of those games.
But alright, I enjoyed the feedback. If anyone who's watching the VODs, definitely give me feedback. I can always improve. I know just sitting here. I know it doesn't look like I'm doing, but I have my little like notebook writing on the timestamps because that was requested. So hopefully I can go back and get it kind of close. Right now I have I got just little notes. I got the AB talk in there. I don't know if I'm gonna timestamp the NCAA talk. We'll see. We shall see. But I'm going to probably upload this tomorrow. So I'm going to thank you all for watching. Thank you guys for saving me from talking to myself for the first 30 minutes. Actually 15 minutes. I don't know how badly that's going to be. But, oh well. So, thank you
Good.
guys.
I was watching the Texas LSU game right at Joint Center.
Oh, there you go. Alright, see you next time.